you guys just watch it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Just like you didn't watch it live, did you?
We were up late and we watched it like half an hour after. But I never even got to watch qualifying yesterday. I just watched the highlights.
Qualifying. What happened in qualifying?
Didn't Lewis? I just seen a clip and Magnussen dived out of the way. Lewis took a bollard, but I didn't ever have. I heard this afterwards from a friend that's saying that seemingly Toto went off. I'm like, why did you send him out so late? What was this one strategy?
Why did you? It was more like we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
He didn't place blame on he was more like placing blame on their. Like what we shouldn't have.
But last weekend, Lewis did you should have done everything in your power to optimize his.
I know.
But even then, Lewis still had the drive of his life. Oh yeah. Well, not his life, but the drive of the season. Probably, admittedly. I mean, when did he start? P13.
He was at the back, but he was on hards, so he just played the long game. But the outside move on Russell was just kind of like that was good. That was good.
Did Russell just give it up though?
No. Russell challenged him. He went completely around the outside.
I feel like if it was, I don't know. It was tight. Part of me thinks that Russell did concede.
Yeah. Russell does not have it in him to
but take it in, his image has been criticized the past 2 weeks.
Russell.
Yeah.
Well, his fight with
Max, some drivers taking a side. Like, yeah.
Who's taking a side?
I mean, Lando kind of like, I don't know if he's just doing it for the fun of it.
Lando can sometimes be too childish.
Yeah, because he's like, I also agree with Max, but I also see Russell's side. I'm just gonna. He's like, I'm having fun not being in the middle of it, but you're orchestrating.
I love the memes drama when it was like George was challenging Max and being a bully, and then someone wrote the memes like, "You're not that guy. You're not that guy."
Yeah. Nah, it's crazy though, because like George is their, I guess, driver's president, part of the association.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's the president.
Oh, damn.
So he's supposed to take care of all drivers.
Student council, like when you're in high school, he's like the president of the student council. He's like, let me be the Karen that we need.
Literally.
But even when they all went out for dinner, like the last 3 years, was it? Lewis has organized a big dinner where you get the iconic photos. Seemingly they'd left a seat right beside Max.
Savage.
And when George walked in, he just grabbed another seat and went to the opposite end of the table.
Unproblematic queen that he is.
Yep.
Good for him.
Nah, it's Russell.
Well, anyways, we're started.
Yeah, we're started. Let's roll into it. We're here at Creator Club Studios, joined by Mikey and Feven. What a end of the season. It was supposed to be the last dance. There was makings of it, parts of the race.
Oh, it was good, man.
I mean, you got to thank Max. He created chaos when it needed to happen. And it, made the race a bit more entertaining, because I think once we saw both McLarens finish 1 and 2 in qualifying, we're like, all right, it's pretty much over.
Oh yeah, constructors, they were like, oh, it's in the bag.
Yeah.
But the fact,
continue.
No, it's just the fact that Piastri was punted to the back by our hero Max. I was like, oh my god, like as a Ferrari fan, I was so excited.
No, and it was crazy, because then it wasn't even just that incident. And right after, within like 2 or 3 laps, you see Charles Leclerc in like P8.
Yeah.
You're like, what just happened?
Because it was such a stark swap.
Yeah.
McLaren did a 1-2. Leclerc got handed a 10-second penalty. So you already think, okay, it's done. It's done. But then in lap 1, you have Piastri that went from second to last. And you have Leclerc that went from, was it, where was he? Was he 14th?
Who? Leclerc?
19th. And he was like 6th after lap 1. Yeah. But on the main,
he gained straight, 11.
On that main straight down there, wherever Perez spun, you could just see the traffic just pile up, and he just went whoop whoop. And he's like,
I'm gonna take the outside.
He got 4 people, and when Perez spun, he was lucky enough just to be outside. Insane drive.
He pulled a Max right there, taking the outside.
Leclerc, now he had the drive of his life. I think like that was
most overtakes in his career
ever.
Has to be.
Sorry, in a race.
Yeah, in one race.
Not overtakes, but like from a position of
gained.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Most positions gained.
Words struggled.
Word struggles. It's been a busy weekend.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Partying hard.
Christmas party season.
I'm sure the McLaren team are partying hard right now.
Lando even came out in the cool down or the after the race interviews, and he was like, Zach came to me, he's like, we're getting hammered.
Of course.
I mean, a shout out to Hammer Time.
Yeah.
Nice segue there. I was emotional all weekend. Like watching all the last hurrah with and like the Bono and Hamilton, like just all the social media fodder.
They did a hot lap together.
They did. Yeah, it warms my heart so much. And what a legacy that Lewis has left. And did you see the sticker that was put on in the cockpit during, I think it was practice or qualifying?
Oh yes,
every
team needs a dream.
Every dream needs a team or something of that.
Yeah.
And he's like, can we remove that of my cockpit? Like, and then Rosberg said, every team needs a hero. It should have said something like that instead. And I was like, you know what? Like, you do have to give, Lewis his props. Like, he built that team. And the legacy that he's leaving is so monumental. Yeah. Like, don't take that away. He was the hero for Mercedes.
Yep.
And, so I really liked that. That was a little drama.
Unless, Rosberg stayed and we could have saw some more chaos.
And same machinery.
It was also like, just thinking of Lewis there and you think of his previous teammate, Valtteri. It was also sad to see today his last race. Yeah. He had a crash with Magnussen. Not really how you want to go out.
Yeah.
I know.
But both those Hasses today were on fire.
Dude.
Like, what
the whole weekend. It wasn't even just the race.
I don't know, was it the top end speed or was it just the overall performance package? But like Haas are a genuine contender like now for like remember, was it a year ago or even the start of the season we're like, oh, it's Williams and Haas fighting.
Yeah.
Now it's like Williams are here and Haas are like, how many times do we see Hülkenberg get all the way through in qualifying and he's putting it in the top 10? Like, it's insane to see.
It was a shame to get that 3 grid penalty, but he qualified P4 but started P7. I forget where he ended.
He was in points. I think P7 or P8, something like that.
I think Gasly did very well.
Yeah.
We didn't see
points, I think.
No, he was just out.
Piastri
came back through the back.
Yeah.
We got to see I'm going to butcher the name, Jack Doohan. Doohan. Yeah, we got to see his first time out.
Yeah, that's true.
He held it together. Like.
I was disappointed for Esteban.
That was weird.
That was a shady move on the Alpine.
To see out,
I know, like Lewis didn't allow him to test for Ferrari until the new year, until his contract is up. So they can enforce it, but they obviously didn't kick Lewis out in the similar fashion that Alpine did to Ocon. So it just was it just goes to show you like the state of the internal relationship
they were always
or lack thereof. So I hope did he watch? Was he there?
I think he was because he was there for the dinner. So I assumed.
Yeah. Oh, was he there for dinner?
Yeah.
You know who wasn't there for dinner? Aston Martin went there for dinner.
Yeah. No, or Magnussen either.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe
they had things.
Yeah, media or they probably had sponsor because it is that Thursday night where a lot of sponsors host events.
Oh, okay.
So it might have been that.
It was cool, not to jump back again to the Mercedes thing, but it was so cool to hear on the radio to Toto and Lewis afterwards, because Lewis was like, he said he loved you guys, and he said, I really, really mean it. And Toto's like, yeah, we love you too. You'll always be part of this family. And he literally said, he's like, next year, if we don't win the race, you deserve to win them. So he was basically just saying, like, if they can't hold it together, then he's happy for them.
So is he saying they're going to start colluding with Ferrari to make sure that Charles doesn't get a win and Lewis does?
Oh my God, that's going to be spicy. But also, I don't know if anybody pays attention to this, but the fashion of Lewis's choices, outfit choices this weekend were very Ferrari coded.
Really?
He came in an all Ferrari red top and bottom.
And
today
it was head to toe red. It was head to toe red.
What's wrong with it?
No, he was like, screw you. No, kidding. No.
But even you see his helmet. You know the way they have the little star symbols on the car? Yeah. On his helmet, the very top symbol was red.
No, it was very Ferrari. Do you want me to show you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you know the Mercedes star, and then it's a slightly smaller profile on the car. It's on his helmet. The very top center of his helmet.
Bright red.
It wasn't bright red, but it wasn't silver black. It was red. I only noticed that midway through the race. I was like, oh, interesting, nice little touch.
No, it was
Lewis,
and he I think the first day he was wearing this all white with red. It was all of it was Ferrari, and you know what? Good for him. Get you some.
It was disappointing now to go back to so Max, he did an aggressive move on Piastri. or whatever. He like, how would you? Okay, sorry. How would you look at that?
It was a deserved penalty because he just ruined another person's race.
Yeah.
But like he went for the gap.
Yeah, he went for the gap.
He just didn't have any grip. And you know.
Do you notice though? I think when he took the inside, you know where the Sasaki there, you could see the car kind of went up. So even though he was turning, I think the car kind of like
floated,
and then he couldn't get it back in. Perez, another drive issue, was it?
Yeah,
drive issue.
Out of
the car, retire it.
No drive.
Yeah.
But like this one wasn't, I guess, his fault.
Stop.
No.
He spun.
Bottas
pinned
him.
Yeah, he got 10-second penalty.
I thought he did.
Speaking of penalties, I love the way it was like Max got the 10-second for Oscar.
Yep.
Probably justified. Oscar got 10 seconds
for Franco hitting him from the back.
No, that was a big one.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they went on the radio, and Bottas got 10 seconds for Perez. Yeah. As soon as they went on the radio to Max, being like, serve your 10-second penalty. He was like, just 10? Why not 20? Stupid idiots. Like,
no, he's done with him. I mean, since last week, George. He blames George for what caused the penalty to be given.
George is too dramatic, yeah.
Exactly. But I also think he fully blames the FIA for making that decision of giving him that grid penalty.
Yeah, I think the FIA have not been so good. I feel like we are like just
doing this again,
like beating a dead horse, but like it really is so inconsistent. I mean, I don't know the rules intimately, and to me, like just like pattern recognition, you're like, oh, doesn't feel like it deserves 10 seconds. Oh, wow, this is 3 grid points. Why? Yeah. Like the severity sometimes doesn't match the outcome or like the cause or the incident. That I'm not surprised that they're frustrated, and I feel like, how do we solve for that? Because they're not going to go back and like not start like penalizing or I don't know.
No, yeah.
I'm just waiting for Max to get a letter in the post, 50,000 fine. How dare you question our authority?
I did see, I don't know if it's verified, but some meme page said that when he was asked, you're going into the next year, 2025 season with 8 out of the 12 points. He's like, maybe I'll just get 12 and go on paternity leave.
Did he actually say that?
He actually did say that.
Now that he's having a kid, like I think his career expiration date has drastically increased.
He's retiring ASAP.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Like
by all means, yeah. But
wow.
Let someone else get in there. No, but it'd be great to see him do Le Mans. I want to see him do Le Mans.
Yeah.
But I still think if we think about it next year, I think Red Bull will be very worried because they're not in the same performance category anymore.
No.
They said they were struggling with all the engine development. They've lost Adrian Newey. So let's just think about it right now.
And Checo is probably gone.
So Checo's,
I don't know.
No, Checo's gone.
I don't think so.
Henny, put that stubbornness aside.
Get ready to start skydiving. Take your lessons. Start meditating.
You need to swallow your pride.
It's not.
Checo's gone.
That was his last drive.
I don't think so,
Last drive. How many laps was it again?
Not even one.
Half a lap.
Okay, but that wasn't actually his fault. He got hit hard. Yeah. And that actual hit could have upset the rear gearbox because it was such a punt into the...
Yeah. You know what? He should not have put himself there. He should have qualified better. He had the car to do that. He shouldn't have been stuck in the back. No.
He wasn't in the back. Q10.
Mid, sorry.
Yeah.
Where most of the collisions take place. He should be so much further ahead of being just a mid pack when your car when your other driver is showing how much you can extract out of it. So I understand. Yeah, of course, Choco will choke.
I think you put anybody in that second car, no one's going to come close to Max ever, and especially in this Red Bull era.
I wish there was an exhibition tournament
shootout,
where you just I don't know, put Max and Lewis and then shootout, whoever outlasts.
Same machine.
Yeah.
But back to Max, his contract right now is 2028 unless he breaks it.
Yeah.
But if you're a Red Bull, you have to be very worried because next year you're not at the front of the advancements, right? So next year is your last year when you technically win a constructors.
Yeah.
So Ferrari got to be biting at it because in 2026 flip the script, man. It's a whole new, so everyone's made all these advancements, whereas McLaren are really we have this. Lando needs to get the driver championships in the bag next year. If McLaren are on that same run they are, that's where all the teams need to scramble, because next year is your kind of meal ticket, because the following year it's all new advancements, it's everything. That's why I can see Max, if he's in a crappy car next year, 2026, if they miss the beat at all and they're mid-pack, I can see Max being like, hey, who's looking for a fast driver? Or maybe he's just
going to retire. I mean, he has another team. He has his own team and a racing team. So it's easy for him to have that easier schedule of choosing what races he wants to do in, IMSA or any other category, and then just be at home. And that's literally what he always talks about, is just family. He just wants to be and spend more time with family.
He wants to be a better dad. Sorry. He wants to be a dad.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I thought
I was like, wow.
Whoa.
I was like, where is that coming from?
Sorry, I spaced out there.
I was like, goddamn. He's
like
even when you see him sim racing with Penelope, like he's so cute because he's mid race and she's over hugging him. He's like, not now.
He's like, now go.
Oh, she's so cute. He's like, he is gonna be a great dad.
But he's right in the sense of like, I think his head's in a good place where he's like, he's nothing to prove to anybody anymore. He's very
made money.
He's very open and honest.
A whole lot of money.
So I think a lot of people have gained a lot more respect for Max, and even this year I've appreciated Max a little bit more because yes, he's still a bit of a brute on track, but you admire that. But he did some of the best races. Best races ever with a car that wasn't in the best window.
Literally
for performance.
They're gonna make like some uber like crazy fast kid. Like between those genes, like they're going to be
two racing family genes.
Like they have to be a race car driver.
100%.
There's no choice.
Total Wolf is already calling him up, being like, I want to sign the kid.
Right now.
Oh my god!
Before it's even born, let's get this paper signed.
Futures on the Verstappen PK.
I mean, someone did create a meme coin of Max winning his 4th championship. So there's a meme coin. We're not endorsing it, but if you want to be part of history, you can go and buy it.
Oh my god, did you buy it?
No, I actually didn't.
Henny's going to be link below.
I'm the founder, by the way, just saying.
How does one make a meme coin? I feel like I need to learn.
That's hilarious.
That's amazing. But yeah, what a wrap. I feel like that was Sainz. I wish he had a better team to go to, and maybe this is the turn of events for Williams and Sainz. Who knows? I mean, McLaren came out of...
They were the back of the pack to up there.
Yeah.
It was great to see Sainz get second today. It really was good to see that. But even we were chatting before we left the home, and we were like, will he be back in the podium again?
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a struggle. Nothing has changed. Regulations haven't changed, or they're not going to change next year. And they don't also have the infrastructure. I know we talked about with James, and he's like, it's going to be a 3-4 year plan before we get an Aston Martin caliber of infrastructure, like their new factory, everything that just opened up, even wind tunnel. Like they have a brand new wind tunnel where Red Bull's still using a World War II wind tunnel. Like that's how crazy it is. Because of course Red Bull's also building their powertrain, and that's going to take multiple years. But the team's in that same state where if their infrastructure doesn't get better, then
you're stagnated.
You're still in
maybe
that
this
fight.
is just a bridging time for Sainz because he has so much to like. There's a lot more squeeze in that lemon, you know. And I don't know if he's gonna get that at Williams. So maybe it's who knows where things shake up in 2020. How many years did he sign with Williams?
Multiple years. So
they
minimum 2.
But contracts are. As we've seen,
you hear multiple year. Tomorrow, be like, they paid 18 million and booted him.
Exactly.
No, like you can't believe anything you read anymore.
So it could be that. You know, he may have a better future, but Sainz, seeing him on the last race of the season, P2, seeing a Ferrari P23,
that was
dream.
crazy.
It was a great end.
Yeah, it was.
I know they were kind of down on themselves when they were doing the interviews, but such a great achievement. They didn't even know they were going to be in contention for constructors this year at the beginning of the season. So.
It's crazy because, like, what are the points even, the difference? What was that? What did it end up? It was 15
10,
points?
12, 13.
It wasn't, the margins were very tight.
Yeah. Because I don't know what commentator was saying. They're like, that number is going to haunt them for the next few months.
Yeah. So, constructors, so you had McLaren, 666, 666. Ferrari, 652.
So 14.
14 points.
Those points are going to haunt them.
That was
like,
not
what race?
And then, Red Bull were 589, Mercedes were 469. The top 4 were all in the big numbers. And then Aston Martin were 94, Alpine were 65, Haas were 7th with 58. Wow. So between 65 and 58, there was nothing in it between Alpine and Haas.
So Gasly today really helped that too.
Yeah. basically at Haas, then you'd RB 46 points, Williams 17 points, and Kick 4 points.
You just got to feel bad for Hulk. He's going to be riding that back for a while. For at least 2 years.
If Audi are coming in, you know they're bringing a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're not going to...
We haven't heard anything about their project. How the engine is going, what their development looks like.
Hey, maybe that's by design.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, no.
Nothing has been leaked. It's kind of scary.
That might be by design.
That too.
Yeah.
Stealth mode.
Yeah.
You know, just show, don't tell.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I'm leaving the season with more enthusiasm for this sport. Like, I don't know. Last year was a drag until the end. But
this is also the most exciting part of the season, because you come to where you have a window of period where every team gets development. People get it right, people get it wrong. And then you move up. On the last year of the same regulations, it's always the best battles out there. Like, again, look at McLaren. They went from back of the pack to constructors. That should tell every other single team on that year. Like, even for Williams and James being like, yeah, we have to go backwards to go forwards. Like, perfect. If that is the strategy, every other team can look at what McLaren did and be like, hey, all we got to do is get a few tweaks right. Boom, we can be right back
and
up
get
there.
about 200 partners and sponsors.
Yes.
A
whole lot of more money.
What was those screens on the side of McLaren that they just changed sponsors? It was like a billboard on the car.
Yeah, many billboards.
I mean,
it's scary because McLaren, as they claim, they're way ahead of schedule.
Yeah. I also hate hearing that, because as soon as people start getting cocky like that, it's
not cocky. It's more of a shock.
Yeah.
And we've seen like how they've also, like, not the immaturity, but the fact that they didn't some calls, some strategy calls throughout the season. We've also like debated about how they're not acting like a constructor champion cohesive team. And so I think it's all part of like that development. Like, I think this kind of was a perfect storm of obviously Max not having a partner Red Bull not having a strong second driver. Ferrari had a bad start to the season. And so McLaren, though they didn't like forecast a P1, not to steal from George Russell, but I think the kind of stars aligned for them. And that's why they're like, oh, we're not, this is ahead of schedule, but meaning they probably actually have more to bring.
A lot more.
I guess then it's worrying when you hear Toto and Mercedes are like, yeah, we did great in Vegas. Don't know what we did. Car seems to be working better. That's so worrying. You do like when you do well, it's a miracle. Don't know what happened with the car. It's like, what the hell?
No, it's actually scary, because the last person or the last team that said that was Red Bull, going from 2022 to 2023.
Oh, did they?
Yep. They said we're ahead of schedule of what the development of this car is. And then when you have McLaren saying the same thing and they're going into a year that has almost no changes, like, I think it's going to be a domination.
Lando's like this, been like,
yep, it's my time. It's going to be a Max era domination.
But the thing
between
is,
those two drivers.
Lando needs to come in with the most focused, and I don't know, just shouldn't be rattled so easily.
Yeah. I don't think he will even be rattled, because if you're getting P1 in qualifying by like 3/10 or 4/10 next year, then like you're
but the rest of the gang is also really close. Like, Ferrari's very close.
I don't know, man.
Ferrari is very close.
Very track specific.
Yeah, track specific, but still very close. So they will give them the run of their money. If he makes, what I'm saying is, if he makes mistakes, he will have some challenges.
But I feel like Lando will be way better able to handle the pressure.
Yeah, because he's starting with a clean slate now. Yeah. It wasn't like he's hunting somebody. It's like, look, you have the best car with the best working window. Any track you go to, you're still going to be competitive. Like, you literally have an RB 19 or 20.
Yeah.
What about his teammate, though? His teammate also has a similar car, and he is admittedly more confident than Lando.
Yeah, but Piastri makes mistakes. Piastri doesn't have the same racecraft.
Third season.
Yeah, no. Hey, look. What we're saying is, it's going to be exciting.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Between those two drivers, and then whatever's left in the back.
Oh,
Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull somehow.
So at the start of next season, 2025, we should start putting down some bets, like cash bets.
Yes.
And we'll and then at the end of the year,
gamble.
we can have.
Stop condoning gambling.
Because 2 years ago, I did a bet that Max would win 13 races, and it was an aggressive bet, but it paid off.
Oh yeah, he did win 13.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
You put actual money on it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I cleaned up. It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
imagine
buy me
if you
presents.
put Charles
I actually put money that Ferrari would win the constructors because the odds were through the roof. And even today, I was like, let's know McLaren. But then I was like, ooh, Ferrari. So it was like pros and cons. But if you do bets at the start of the season, I don't condone betting with.
Yeah.
But if you do
the
at the start of the
season,
way better. Odds are way better. And also keeps us a little bit more
in it.
Yeah.
We'll do like a fantasy, not fantasy football, but like a fantasy, should bet based on our picks.
Well, by the way it's going, Checo's going to be out. Henny had made a previous agreement that if he was to lose,
I guess we'll have to find out.
He would do a skydiving
indoor.
No.
She said baby tarantula. I said indoor.
We have video proof.
Oh yeah, I got the proof. Don't you worry.
Okay, so as soon as Checo's out, Henny will book you in for your skydiving.
Oh, okay. It looks like he's staying.
Henny's terrified of heights. That's the reason.
I don't look forward to it. I'm going to have a deep chat with Christian Horner on why they need to keep Checo, and you'll see the results of that conversation.
Yeah. They're gonna find themselves competing with Haas. Cool.
That's okay. That's okay. Max will still get podiums. It's okay.
Yeah, Max can keep. Yeah, Max wouldn't even be in contention for drivers.
It depends, man.
You can never rule Max.
Yeah, you can't. He'll find a way.
Prove me wrong. I think next year it's going to be Lando, Oscar, Leclerc, Lewis. There's stronger.
No, think about it, because like with Max, I think the crazy thing is you give him the smallest working window on that car. And we saw it in Qatar last week or 2 weeks ago. He just needs to find that. And even like qualifying, that save in qualifying on Max, his first run in Q3 this weekend.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Bonkers. Any driver would not save that car.
He kept his foot forward as he was going sideways through the line.
I promise you, no other driver can do that.
Yeah, that was actually very impressive.
I'm telling you, you give him the smallest working window and he will get you a podium or a win.
That's all.
Because that car is still competitive. They just can't find the window to make sure the tires are warm enough, they don't degrade, and if you give him that little small room.
But look, even today, he spun. He was whatever. He spun. He was
still fighting.
Man, he's still up there. Like,
yeah.
Look, Checo spun, and look what happened. Right, so.
All right, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
I think that's it. Yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in throughout the whole season. I think it was one of the best seasons we've seen in a while since. Talk about that year 2021, but other than that,
it'll never get as good as 2021. It was nailed by the whole way.
Unless next year Lando and another driver gives us something like that.
Next year.
Yeah.
No, it'll be good.
Call it in now. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all the above. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.